My 6-year-old asked me, when you're outside, is the sky touching you? And I didn't know how to respond. Where does the sky start? This isn't really a scientific question, because the sky is a broad description of what we see when we look up, rather than being a thing that has precisely defined features. In the most technical sense, the sky begins at the ground and part of the sky atmosphere is touching you all of the time, even when you are inside. The troposphere is touching you, and that is where clouds form. So yes, but the stratosphere, which looks blue, is not touching you and is where planes like to fly above the clouds. I would say yes, since the sky is just the atmosphere, touches you while you're indoors too. It's very handsy that way. Fish swim in a liquid ocean of water and probably don't realize it. You swim in a gas ocean of oxygen and nitrogen and probably don't think about that ever. Going into space where there is no gas ocean is like a fish going out of water. When I asked a question my mom didn't know the answer to, we wrote it on a list that was on the refrigerator. Every weekend we went to the library to get books and to find answers. It's one of the best parts of my childhood. Heck if I know, but this is the cutest thing I've read today. You should post it on our Made Me Smile. Thanks dude. I always gave my kid TMI, which is probably why college is a breeze for him right now, lol. What I told my son, the sky is what we breathe. It touches us all the time. It's our air. We have a thick layer of air on Earth that goes up about 5 miles called the troposphere. That's what we breathe. Above that is a very thin layer that goes up another 15 miles called the stratosphere, where big airplanes fly. At the top of the stratosphere is a type of oxygen called ozone that makes the sky blue and protects us from the sun being too hot. Above that is the ionosphere, which has a tiny bit of air and a lot of electricity that turns oxygen into ozone. After that is outer space, where the space station is, and the moon. All the way to the ground and beyond, really. So yes, the sky is touching you wherever you are. Where the ocean meets the sky, you'll be sailing. Rod Stewart. I interpret sky to be what you see when you look up, the background for anything above you. It's not a physical space or object, it's a relative point of view. Planes are silhouetted against the sky, tall buildings reach towards it, clouds pass across it, but, like a rainbow, nothing can touch it or surpass it unless you want to start getting really poetic. In this interpretation, the sky is something that can only be seen from an infinite distance. Yes, it may start at the horizon, but that is only the first place, lowest elevation angle you were able to see it. There is no physical location on the ground where it starts. Another way to put it is that distance or physical location is not applicable to the sky, it's just above you, and that's as specific as it gets. Leave it to a 6-year-old to make you realize by just how little you know about our world. No, the air that holds up the sky is touching you, not the sky. Just an aside, don't find out for her. Engage her by asking what she thinks and where you could find the answer together. I'd say yes. Just cause you can't see something doesn't mean it's not there. The sky starts at the ground and continues on to space. I wanted to talk about the horizon. The horizon is where the sky and Earth meet by our perception. It is a matter of visual perspective, because obviously it doesn't really exist as a thing you can reach or touch. As you move, your perspective moves and the horizon moves. The important bit is that it is not a literal meeting of the sky and Earth, but an artifact of our perspective. It just looks like that, and if you want to draw it, you put the vanishing point there. You might as well call the sky the atmosphere, which can be broken down to from lowest to highest. The major layers are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Yes, you share the space outdoors with the sky. Can you feel the wind? I think so. This is pretty much the same as asking if a fish gets wet from the water. Yes, we live in the air that makes up the sky. What a wonderfully creative childhood question. Your kid is going places. This is the kind of a brilliant question only a 6-year-old could think of. You could actually say that we're living in the sky with our feet touching the ground.